Planner Wednesday. This spread is from February the 3rd through the 9th. And what I'm going to be doing this week is I'm going to do a movie spread based on a classic old movie. And it's One-Eyed Jack starring Marlon Brando and Carl Malden. It is a very good cowboy. I mean, it is good, okay? So this is the paper that I've picked for the spread because it's set in Monterey, California, and kind of Mexican vibe, Rio. And he dresses really nice, but he's a bank robber. And then Carl Malden plays, he's been a bank robber with him in the past, but now he's a sheriff of a town, okay? And I'm going to be using this Bic marking pen in honey brown, and I made my own stickers with my Cricut, and I'm incorporating this into the spread because there's a young girl in there that Marlon Brando falls in love with. And this is her delicate, soft side to me. Okay, so let's go ahead and take my pages out of my planner. Okay, I think I want this for the paper to be the dominant paper of the spread, so I'm going to cut it first. You don't really have to, but that's just what I typically do. But it just looks like something you would see back in those times. I think it's gorgeous. I love this look. And then this, I think, is really nice paper. It gives you that sophisticated kind of like cowboy. I mean, Marlon Brando always dressed so nice in this movie, even though he was a bank robber. He always looks really good. Okay, let's put our paper down how we want it. And you could either put this like brick at the top or bottom, but I like mine at the bottom. I've got all of these little pieces from this paper. Okay, and I want to incorporate brick in each one of these. So I'm going to put this one over here. And I think I'm going to flip it like, well, no, I think I like it like that better. This is going to be cute, okay? So let's start putting our paper down. I'm a big fan of browns and creams with rust. I think it's very pretty. And this paper came from a hot buy from Michael's that I bought, I think it was last year. And the washi, I think it came from Michael's in a big tube I bought, I think last Valentine's. Okay, so let's start putting our washi down. But this just reminds me, she's a sweet, sweet Mexican girl. And this just reminds me of her being so delicate opposed to him. He's much more worldly than she is. Okay, and I'm going to turn it and put it right down through here like I typically do. It really does finish off the spread so much more, makes it look more complete. I like that, okay? Okay, let's go ahead and start putting our stickers down. Like I said, I made them with my Cricut. You don't have to have a Cricut to make them. This is what the DVD looks like. It just says One-Eyed Jacks. And I'm going to put it right up here. And when the movie starts off, they are in, Carl Malden and Marlon Brando are in a bank and they're robbing it. And this lady, Marlon Brando, sees that she's not giving up a ring. So he goes over and gets it. He's a very polite robber. Because every woman he meets, he pretends like his mother on her deathbed gave him that particular jewelry to get his way with the women. Okay? So, then the federales are after them. So Marlon Brando comes up with the idea that they're surrounded and he will let Carl Malden go for help to get some new horses. So he decides that whoever gets the bullet, he's going to hold his hand out, and whoever picks the hand that has the bullet in it is going to go for help and not have to stay there. Well, he's such a nice guy, Marlon Brando is, that he puts 2 bullets, one in each hand, so that Carl Malden can go. So Carl Malden goes and takes all this gold with them that they've just gotten out of the bank, and he's supposed to come back for Marlon Brando. Well, he doesn't come back, okay? So Marlon Brando ends up in jail, and he spends 5 years there, and he's waited 5 years to kill this man now that is known as Dad Longworth, okay? And he's now sheriff of a town, okay? So Marlon shows up there, and he's also going to rob the bank that's in there. But first he says he wants to kill Dad Longworth for what he did to him. So he ends up going there, and here they're having, Carl Malden is so afraid that Marlon has come there to kill him, and they have a drink, and Marlon Brando's convincing him that he's over it, he didn't go to jail, he doesn't have a problem. So then Carl Malden invites him to meet his wife and his stepdaughter, okay? And he asks him to stay for dinner, so he does. And it's pretty much instant. She is smitten with Marlon Brando, okay? So he takes her out and walks with her and gives her this necklace. They're having this fiesta. And he gives her this necklace and tells her that his mother on her deathbed gave it to him. And he basically proposes, asks her to wait for him, okay? She says she will. They stay the night there on the beach. The next morning, he's explaining everything was a lie. Everything. He's a bank robber, that he shamed her, and he wishes with all his heart that he had not. So here she is, sad, and she gives him the necklace back, and she tells him that he only shamed himself. And he doesn't know what to think because he's never met a woman like that. So he can't get her out of his mind, but he wants to kill her stepfather. So here's his friend that was in jail with him all this time, and he's in town with Marlon, and they're still planning on robbing the bank. Dad Longworth finds out that Marlon Brando was out with his stepdaughter all night, and Marlon had to kill this man in town. And he uses that to tie him to a post and whip his back and then break his gun hand with the butt of a gun. I mean, he beats him savagely. Okay, in the meantime, I don't want to tell you too much. I don't want to ruin it for you. She ends up pregnant, and she goes to Marlon Brando while he's recuperating and tells him, she doesn't tell him she's pregnant, but he asks her to go away with him, but he says he is going to kill her stepfather. And she says, don't do it. We could be so happy, but he says he has to do it. So she leaves and says if he's going to kill him, what he did was wrong, but they basically can't have a future. So I don't want to tell you too much, but Marlon ends up in jail in the town. And like I said, I don't want to ruin it for you. You'll have to watch the movie if you want to know what happened. But it is a wonderful, suspenseful, very good movie. And Marlon Brando directed this movie too. All right, let me write just a few things down to do. Okay, let's put my pages back inside my planner and take a look at this. I really like how this turned out. It gives you a good feel for the movie. There's so many twists and turns in it. It's really good. So even if you're not a Western fan, I think you would really like this movie. But I love this washi. It definitely represents her softer side, but she's got a little bit of spice to her. And then this washi, the paper here reminds me of the town. And then this just reminds me of him and his saddle and everything. It just really gives a good feel for a wonderful movie. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, bye guys.